I can verify that as an avoidant, this general rule that avoidants need a few months, maybe about 2 to 4, after a breakup to start missing their ex and want to get back together or not is true. And I will link to some resources from attachment specializing psychologists who speak about this. So I want to explain 3 stages month by month that an avoidant person might go through, relate it back to my own experience as I compare it to what these attachment specializing psychologists talk about when we've gone through a breakup and want to get back with an ex or not. Emphasis on the or not, because we aren't entitled to get our exes back. Our exes might not come back, okay? If someone tells you, I never want to see you again, I don't want to be with you, how many times do I have to tell you I don't want to be with you? Or they're showing just zero interest. Give them that space, respect that boundary. A breakup is a boundary that 2 people are no longer together. And don't project onto them that they must feel exactly the way you do just because that's how you feel. I'm just making this video for people who were in a serious relationship with an avoidant and there was a breakup. Maybe they seemed confused or conflicted at the point of the breakup. Maybe there was breaking up and getting back together a few times before this one big breakup. But if you dated the person very briefly, or it was a casual hookup situation, or you only went on a couple of dates, for example, and that person is showing no interest in going on more dates, talking to you more, that is not avoidance. That's just someone that you knew very briefly, that you were very excited about, who just wasn't as excited about you. It happens to all of us. I know people get mad at me when I say this, but I want people to truly feel empowered by the clarity that they can get from my channel of an actual avoidant person who's not trying to get you to sign up for some dating program or something, confirming what avoidance is and isn't based on what professional psychologists say that they're matching to their own life experiences and anecdotes, which is what my channel is here to do. If you're brand new here, my name is Wando and welcome to Confessions of an Avoidant. With that being said, let's jump in. Okay, so month 1, what's happening? A lot of attachment professionals talk about how avoidance will feel relieved right after the breakup in this first month, which is why I'm referring to this month 1 stage as the relief, go and live life stage, because I don't speak for all avoidants, of course, but I personally agree with this from my own experiences. And that's in both situations when I got back with my ex and situations where I did not mother effing want to see my ex ever again. Like in both situations, there can be this relief, like, oh, let's move on, because in both dynamics, ultimately what preceded a breakup is that there was some conflict, some issues, maybe feeling exhausted by the dynamics and the personality clashes, the attachment clashes. And for an avoidant person like myself, a relationship is a lot, you're essentially responsible for another person, their feelings, their triggers, them having a good day, them feeling better after work, them not being bothered by things that your last boyfriend wasn't bothered by, but they're bothered by this. And now you have to navigate that. And this thing about you gets under their skin, and that thing about them gets under your skin, and you're having all these clashes, and you moved in together too soon, and all sorts of stuff. And there's just a lot of responsibility over another person, and to essentially help govern their homeostasis and equilibrium on a daily basis. And that can burn you out, especially if you're clashing a lot. And that's why also this is the stage of go and live life. You're free to live life again without this person and get back to that. And I think sometimes for avoidant people, like even when I've been sad during a breakup, for me, I still felt like a breakup it can be an empowering thing of, I survived without this person before I knew them. I can do it again. Like I can get back to being this self-governing, autonomous individual. It's the go and live life stage because you can kind of get back to only having to think about your own needs. So month 2 is the new experiences and assessment stage. And of course, this stuff is arbitrary. This can be happening in month 1. This can be happening for 6 months. Everyone's different. Okay. I'm just keeping to these kind of generalized rules that these psychologists tend to talk about. But as an avoidant person, in those months where I'm not missing my ex immediately and wanting to get back together with them immediately, not missing the relationship, I'm living life. I'm creating new experiences. And then as the months go on, by the time you're in month 2 and you have these new experiences, those start to help reveal to you some clarity about the relationship. Because if it's August and back in March, you were talking to your boyfriend about how you guys were going to go to Mexico together in August, and now it's August, and you're having this new experience of going to Mexico alone or going with your girlfriends, and you're like, I was supposed to be here with my ex-boyfriend. How do I feel about that? And you're just assessing these new experiences as they come. It's not like you're anticipating, oh, August is going to come. I'm going to go to Mexico, and I was supposed to go with my ex-boyfriend, and I'm going to assess in that moment if I want him back. No, it's just as life is happening, as these new experiences are happening, your brain is just unconsciously assessing and being triggered by the new experiences that you're kind of holding up to past experiences with your ex, or they're maybe reminding you of your ex, and that you're having these new experiences without that person. And you're assessing how at peace you are, how much these new experiences reveal that you maybe miss your ex or not. Do these new experiences reveal to you, man, I am so glad that chapter is closed? Or maybe does it reveal to you, I miss him. I always say this in previous videos where I've talked about one of my exes that I ended up getting back with. Something that kept triggering me as I was having new experiences was I tried dating other people and they just didn't make me laugh the way he made me laugh. And he dated other people too. Also, I'm pretty sure he cheated on me early into our relationship with this very annoying girl that we both worked with that would always leave flirtatious comments on his Facebook. And funny, he never had any boundaries with her, but dare I have a male friend? God forbid, he would be so possessive. So I know some of you always like to run to my comments to leave some comment idealizing the ex of the avoidant as some heavenly saint, but please don't. But essentially, a few months into it, you've collected some new experiences that are really revealing some of your feelings about the breakup now that you're a few months down the road. And then month 3 is the acceptance stage, which is where you are vulnerable with yourself, that you truly accept this is over, there's no coming back. Or maybe you're truly accepting, man, I do miss my ex. Maybe I should reach back out. Or they contacted me 2 weeks ago and I didn't know how I felt about it then, but now I think I should see if we can meet up again and talk about things. And again, I'm just sticking to this general rule that these psychologists talk about, because one avoidance month 3 can be another's month 5. I do feel, however, if you're waiting like 6, 7, 8 months for some person that you're deeming avoidant to come back into your life, I'm sorry, but you got to get into the acceptance stage. You got to accept that it's over. Move on with your life. I don't want people wasting their time on people who aren't in their lives. Okay? Please don't do that. And this acceptance is so important. And I'll talk about both situations, when I got back with an ex and when I didn't want an ex back. So for example, this breakup that I had where I absolutely did not want my ex back, I was still lacking acceptance of the end at the same time because, you know, this person had some narcissistic patterns. And I was truly, actually, honestly scared of this person as well. They had very bad anger issues that were escalating. And I broke up with them, but there was a part of me that every single month, even knowing that that person wasn't right for me, there's a part of me that like wanted them to have some remorse about some of my frustrations or take some accountability. And that's such a fool's game to play with narcissistic people. They never have remorse. They're incapable of self-reflection. They're incapable of insight, retracing their steps and seeing what's going on with themselves subconsciously, unconsciously. It's such a fool's game. But naturally, if you've ever been in a relationship with someone who's narcissistic, you understand that even if you know it's right, that it's over, there's still that part of you that's like, you just want them to like grovel or feel bad and like want you back, even though you know you shouldn't want them back. Or I truly knew I did not want them back, but I guess I wanted them to want me back, I guess. But I reached that point of acceptance where I'm just like, this is so dumb. This person is so unhealthy for you, and just let it go. Just let it go. Just accept it. It's the end. Even if they message you tomorrow and they're like, man, I effed up. I want to be with you. I'm going to therapy or whatever. Just be like, who cares? Let it go. Accept it's over. But in the situation where I ended up getting back with my ex, the acceptance stage was more like, as I said, I was having these new experiences, hanging out with new people. Those things were triggering me to realize that the grass isn't greener without my ex, or life without my ex isn't better. That doesn't mean that life with my ex, if I get back with my ex, it's all going to be rainbows and sunshine. It just means, okay, when we broke up, I felt like we were really, really incompatible, and like, this just can't work. And now I'm kind of revisiting this and thinking, okay, maybe it's not a case that we're absolutely incompatible. Maybe it's a case that if we give this another go, we both have to really, really make an effort to keep in mind each other's triggers, what gets under each other's skin, know how not to frustrate the other person or push the other person's buttons. Or like, I felt like in that acceptance stage, I have to accept that there's things about me or things that I do that I don't understand why he's so bothered by it. But because I love him and I miss him, I have to accept that he is. And I have to do things differently. I have to modify some of my behaviors. I can't keep saying to myself, well, my second boyfriend, my first boyfriend, like, never said anything about this, or they didn't seem bothered by this. I need to get over some of those things. And he needed to do some of the same with me as well. So again, I don't speak for all avoidants, but I personally find that when a lot of attachment specializing therapists, psychologists talk about avoidance feeling relief after a breakup and then needing some months to eventually miss a relationship or not, let's not forget the or not, I find that to generally be true. So I hope you guys enjoy this video, and please give it a like. If you did, subscribe for more videos like this, and I'll see you in the next video.